Welcome back to the series on the 7 deadly mistakes that slows business growth. Today's mistake is a big one. Most business owners don't spend enough time on sales and marketing. When most businesses start, growth comes fairly easily. You tell friends, families, former colleagues, business contacts. A few clients starts coming in, some referrals starts happening, revenue starts flowing, and then something changes. You get busy. Busy serving clients, busy managing employees, busy solving problems, busy running the business. And without realizing it, the activities that created growth in the first place, sales and marketing, they start getting less and less attention. The business stays busy, but the growth slows down. Now, before we go further, let's quickly define the difference. Marketing is about getting your message in front of the right people. Sales is about turning those people into customers. Marketing creates interest. Sales creates revenue. And every growing business needs both. The problem is that many business owners spend almost all their time delivering today's work and very little time creating tomorrow's opportunities. So rather than me telling you where you stand, let's find out. I have created a simple sales and marketing maturity scorecard. There are 10 questions. For each question, give yourself a score between 0 and 5. 0 means you don't do it at all. 5 means you are doing it consistently and systematically. Add up your total score out of 50. Pause the video now and complete the assessment. Welcome back. Let's see what your score means. If you scored between 0 and 10, you are largely dependent on referrals, luck, and existing relationship. If you scored between 11 and 20, you are doing some sales and marketing, but not consistently enough to create predictable growth. If you scored between 21 and 30, you have started building some structure, but there are still significant gaps. If you scored between 31 and 40, you are developing repeatable systems that can support growth. And finally, if you scored between 41 and 50, you have built a strong sales and marketing engine that can generate opportunities consistently. Now, I want to ask you one more question. And in many cases, this question is even more important than your score. If you stopped all sales and marketing activities today, how many months you think would it take before new businesses completely dries up? 1 month? 3 months? 6 months? A year? Think about your answer carefully, because your answer tells you how strong your growth engine really is. Now, some of you may be thinking, that's okay, I have a marketing agency or I have hired a salesperson. That's great. In fact, at some stage, most businesses should consider getting help with marketing or sales. But here's where many founders make another mistake. They hire someone and then completely step away. They assume growth is now someone else's responsibility. It doesn't work that way. Marketing agencies need direction. Salespeople need coaching. Both need feedback from someone who understands the customer, the market, and the vision of the business. And that's usually the founder. So if you already have a marketing agency or a salesperson, ask yourself, am I spending enough time with them? Am I reviewing activities and results regularly? Am I helping them understand my customers better? Am I giving them clear direction? Because hiring people doesn't create growth. Leading them properly does. The most successful founders I know don't necessarily run every campaign or make every sales call, but they stay close enough to guide the process, track the numbers, and make adjustments when needed. They never outsource responsibility for growth. And that's the final lesson from today's video. You can delegate the activity, you cannot delegate the responsibility. Businesses just don't grow because they get busy. Business grow because someone is consistently creating opportunities. So look at your calendar for next week. How much time is dedicated to sales? How much time is dedicated to marketing? And if you have people helping you, how much time is dedicated to leading them? Because today's sales and marketing activities will create next quarter's revenue. The founders who understands that build business that continue to grow year after year. I would love to know your score and your answer to the question: if you stopped all sales and marketing activities today, how long it would take before new opportunities or new businesses completely dries up? Share your answer and I will see you in the next video.